and I just get the alert. Shit, I'm just leaving. So I'm like, man, let me talk about what I'm on the way to the crib, man. Dallas Cowboys sign Javonte Williams, former Denver Broncos running back. I believe Javonte Williams was one of the running backs that we talked about along with Josh Jacobs not too long ago, trading for one. If I had to tell you my thoughts in regards to the signing, I'm for it. I like it. It doesn't stop you from attacking for a running back, taking a running back in the draft. That doesn't stop you, but I like the signing though. It's one of the signings that I can tell you that I do like. I know that see in observing that Denver situation now let's just be real, right? Let's just be candid. Let's just be candid. Oh, let me give me a second, man. These people came on that bush. But yeah, let's just be candid. This ain't your savior. This ain't your savior. And I know he got a chip to prove. You still want to draft a running back before a bridge running back. Maybe that you could sign him for another deal. Maybe all depends how it work out. I like the signing, especially in a class like there's some decent solid running backs. I don't know how Dallas views them. If Dallas views them in the same a couple of the running backs the same way that I like it, and you add to that, it could be something nice, right? I know Javonte Williams had that. I think a part of him was coaching, coming off that injury, right? Not getting some of the opportunities that he had. Because I remember when Russell Wilson was with him, like he would have some good carries though, but he just wouldn't get a lot of them. He'll probably touch the ball like 8 to 10 times. Why? I don't know. Oh yes, indeed, Dallas fan. Yes, indeed. Now, why he only touched the ball? I don't know. I don't know. I like it a little better than a lot of the other running backs or the options that you got. You know, I know people wanted Hampton or shit. I'm taking him over Hampton every day. I'm taking him over Genty every single day of the week. Right? And he got a body of work where you can see what you could potentially get from him. The Dallas Cowboys want to run the ball. So like I mentioned earlier, about a month ago, is when Steven and him said, this is the type of signings that you're gonna get. Right? Prove a deal. Play for America's team real quick. Get the exposure. If he busts, you know, I'm pretty sure Dallas don't want to go ahead and unless he just loves Dallas, he ain't gonna take no deal if he busts with us. He ain't gonna take no deal. So bam, he played with Dallas for a year, working way to a fat contract, and then boom, he on to another team and get a 4 year deal or something in free agency to start a free agency next year. You know, so it could be a win-win situation for Dallas, right? Especially if Dallas drafts the running back for the future that they can roll with for the next 6 7 years. If they go down that route, there's only a couple running backs that'll fit that mold. Uh, this is somebody that you could ease him into it, right? Instead of hoping for a running back to come in and help you straight away and relying on a rookie, because regardless, he gonna have a rookie gonna have some slow games, right? So it will help you, go ahead and put a rookie into place and kind of work his way and kind of slow and build from there. So I like the move. You know, a lot of the moves that you can say the Dallas Cowboys have been making. Uh, I'm not in agreement with, but this one, I like it. I like it. Like I said, if you expect for this boy to give you what Saquon give you, I highly doubt it. But I think he can give you. He of course he can give you that 1,000 if he stay healthy and you run the football. Because one thing we know, and the way Schottenheimer called plays is that shit, he gonna run that football. He wanted his little Chris Carson. This is Chris Carson. So I would expect for Schottenheimer, especially when they brought that offensive line coach in from Arizona, I would expect for him to run the football. So that's one running back, but you're gonna need some more. You're gonna need another one. That's for damn sure. Preferably drafted. So you for sure gonna do it. He average as hell. Shit, Genty and Hampton average as hell. Shit, sure. I ain't see no superstar out of them. You know, because even back in the day, right? Genty not even half the running back Zeke was coming out of college. He ain't even half the running back Zeke was. You know, not even half. And Zeke was a good running back. Like I said, I'm with for drafting Zeke at that number 4, especially for you know the circumstances that Dallas is in, and look at the way that the circumstances Dallas is in now. Of course, Javonte Williams will want to come over here, right? You're running behind Tyler Smith. You're running behind Cooper Beebe. You're running behind Terrence Steele. If you're running the football, Terrence Steele he's a good run blocker, but pass blocking is where he leaves a lot to be desired. But you got 3, right? And if Guy can get stronger, which he will have to. I mean, there's no choice for him to get stronger unless he want to be on the Mozzie Smith diet, right? So you gonna take for him to get stronger, and who you gonna get at right guard or shoot? Hope you get somebody that's strong with that too. You know, I know we got news that Jordan Lewis is gone. I mean, we expected that, right? Look at the type of organization uh, that he's been with in his tenure there. Did we really expect Jordan Lewis to be gone? And it's sad though, right? I mean, we knew money was going to be an issue the way that he performed, but damn, he chose Jacksonville. He chose Jacksonville over y'all. Crazy. You got damn for so like, I don't know if a lot of people peeped that, but he chose Jacksonville over the Cowboys. That's some cold game right there. Come on, man. You know damn well, man. See, I gotta stop looking at them statistics, man. There's a whole lot over the course of the years, man, in regards to the NFL draft. That just because you statistically had a good year in college, don't mean that's gonna translate. Remember Toby Gerhardt? How he looking? Remember Troy Smith? How he looking? You remember Vernon Golston? How he looking? You remember Johnny Manziel? How he looking? You remember Jamarcus Russell? How he looking? I can go on and on in regards to whether it be from media attention or statistics about certain college players that didn't translate. You got to have a game that translates. There's just certain people that just are college players. Ashton Genty is a college player. I think he'll have an okay. I don't think he like the scrub of all scrubs, right? I think he could have. I think with the given situation, he can have a productive year. But if you're talking about top 10, absolutely not. He's nowhere near a top 10 player. He ain't even a top 5 running back. We already talked about that. He ain't even the best running back in his class. So why would I take somebody who ain't even the best running back in their class? He ain't better than no R.J. Harvey. He ain't better than that Iowa running back. So the Dallas Cowboys did good in getting him. We not like I said, you got him for a year. I think I seen it for 3.5 million. If you get that, if you get what? If you get about a cool little what? 1,200 total yards or something up out of that situation, bro. That's a win for the Dallas Cowboys. Man, what was you gonna do? Give Rico Dowdle the money? I'm taking Javonte Williams over Rico Dowdle every day of the week. Rico Dowdle, he's average. So if you feel like Javonte is average or a little bit above average, then you're gonna get your money's worth. You know what I'm saying? I think he could have a good solid year, especially in between them tackles, and his burst, and he got a better burst than Rico Dowdle. You know how much on the bone that boy Rico Dowdle done left. Boy, you coming from Denver to Dallas? You coming from the snow to the heat? you going to that dome? I mean, it's gonna be a little sunny out there. It's gonna be a little bright though. You better have that visor on. But shit, man. Like I said, if anybody think Javonte Williams is a top five back, no, we're not saying that. We saying that for what you paid him for the circumstance that you got him for, if you stay healthy, I think you'll get good solid production from Javonte Williams. You know, and the money that you paid him, I mean, he couldn't help but outperform the contract that the Dallas Cowboys get ready to get him in. If we just being honest, man. So I'm for it. Cause I believe we was talking, I think it was him, Josh Jacobs. I think I was talking about Roshan. He was one of the running backs that I was talking about. So I'm glad. I hope they be listening to me. I hope the Dallas Cowboys listen to me. Because if they did, man, we going to be in good hands. Because if you listen in to Steven in there, man, hell nah, man. Because I thought it, man, you done found out that, what's his name, ain't about, man, a couple of them picks, man, from last year, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. But, shit, because there's been a whole lot of hitting and missing. A lot more missing these days. A lot more poor decisions these days. I can't as much as we talk about the poor decisions that they make. This ain't a poor decision. Will it work out? I mean, shit, he got to play ball. But the way that the coach is gonna implement the running game, from my knowledge of Brian Schottenheimer with the Seattle Seahawks, compared to the offensive line that you got right now, I believe this signing gonna work out. And whatever come from it, whatever gonna come from it. But you still need you another running back. That don't. If you see the future, if the Dallas Cowboys see the future at running back in this draft or anywhere else, that signing Javonte Williams is insurance. It should not deter you from taking a running back or even trading for another running back. It should not deter you. I think Javonte. How much Javonte weigh? 215. He may be about 215. Javonte gonna be hype about the new environment. Right, right, right. Right, they want Zeke, so they better not be sitting over there talking about how they ain't like Javonte. Javonte a better running back at this state than Zeke. You know, they should have never brought that boy back. They should have never brought that boy back, but they did, and they suffered the consequences. But I like it though. On some real, Javonte must have wanted to come here to take a deal like that. They can't sit over there and tell me that Javonte Williams didn't have some better offers, probably for a little bit more money. They couldn't tell me that. I wouldn't believe nobody who said that. You know, I'm not saying that they was gonna throw the boy 60 million or something like that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you can't sit over there and tell me that Javonte Williams didn't have some better offers, because I know you're not about to sit over there and hold his last year or two against him. They've been wanted that boy out. Just like Damian Pierce. Yeah, I think it was Damian Pierce what we talked about. Yeah, that's the one I was missing. They want Damian Pierce gone. You don't just go from the type of production like Damian Pierce had, and all of a sudden you touching the ball 3 times a game, sometimes nothing. Nah, come on, man. Come on, man. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way a team cause you got production to look at. I remember man, it was it against the Chiefs. I remember I was at the barber shop one day and the game was on real quick. And I was looking at Javonte Williams bust down that. I think it was on the Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. I remember them bust down the sideline. The Chiefs, but you wanted what's his name? Audrey, not the Chiefs, but the Broncos. You wanted Audrey Estime. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but hey, they gonna roll with their guys, and he just wasn't under Sean Payton. He just was, I think he ran the ball a little bit more, but nah, you know, get downhill for me, Javonte. That's all I need you to do, and catch the check down, catch the check down, and get downhill. That's all I need him to do. They'll be smart. They'll be smart to have a trio of Deuce Vaughn, Javonte, and somebody that they draft. Or hopefully Jerry Jones learned from his mistake in regards to how he been handling the running back room the past couple years. You know, hopefully, you know. But it'd be nice in a draft, even after signing Javonte, to go get you a three-down running back, whether it be was it Caleb Williams, R.J. Harvey. I wouldn't necessarily call Travion Henderson the three, but I like him though. I like Travion. Travion, especially as a pass blocker. Shit, he was one of the best pass blockers that I've seen. So that go ahead and show you what's up with that. You know, man, y'all, hey man, we can't be overrating these players because, like, look, let's just be honest here, right? In regards to the Dallas Cowboys and their approach to this draft, bro, they can't, bro. So I finished the D tackles, right? So I'm now working on the defensive ends, man. Some of the good things is toward the end of my D tackle run, when I look, like if I didn't look at the extra D tackles that I told you I was gonna look at, I probably would have missed these couple. So that's what kind of opened up my eyes just a tad bit. I think I did 12 of them. It's a lot of D tackles, man. uh, but yeah, we working on them ends, man. Because when we look at this stuff, right, and we look at what they just did, that goes to show you. Because I seen a report, and if the Dallas Cowboys had any common sense, it would be true that they wasn't high in the first round on Genty and Hampton. I would not take Genty or Hampton in the first, second, or third round. I would not. Hampton don't even run his size. Ain't Hampton like 220 something? Bro, he don't even run his size, man. I watched 4 games of you, man. And y'all play what, 12? You telling me that at 4 games, man, I'm still looking at you not being able to run your size? My G at 220 plus. You should be sitting over there giving fools work. But you don't. But you don't. He said it's been 20 minutes. It's been 20 minutes and you still here, so evidently you love it. Appreciate you for watching. The show will go on. You know? But man, they know what time it is when they ain't with me. You know what I mean? That's why you little other cops, they really be talking about me. If y'all don't notice, because I be getting at them, especially on Twitter. I be getting at them. I tell them that they be talking stupid. Like, how you do all this work, man, and you trying to sit over there and give people false hope. You can't give people false hope no more. I mean, shit, the fan, man, that was in that trance, that seeing like, hold up, man, this is the same thing that's been going on, right? That fan that was easily tricked, you can't trick them no more. So now they questioning them, right? Of course they're gonna be hyped about certain prospects in the draft, but you know how that go till it's time to play football. You know, it's usually the players that's overhyped is the ones that's gonna end up sucking. You know, other than a couple of them, like even Bowers wasn't even overhyped, but we know that he was a hell of a football player, man. Brock Bowers, hell of a football player, but he wasn't overhyped. You know, just like you got the overhyped, just like this Cam Ward segment, right? A lot of people don't like what I said about Cam Ward. I see. I don't care. I know what I seen. I know what I seen. Homeboy got all the talent in the world, but talent don't mean you're gonna be a good football player. Ask number 11. Speaking of number 11, because this all makes sense and this all ties into what he just did. You see that contract that Garrett got? You think I'm about to sit over there and pay number 11 even remotely close to any of that? Shit, you's a goddamn lie. You a goddamn lie. He won't get nowhere near close to that messing with me. Shit. Take this off. It's a little hot, a little warm up in this mother, boy. But hell nah. Shit, to get Javonte Williams, man, that type of contract, like I said, that you can't get nothing but value from that, from a production standpoint. You know, it's he'll probably give you if I had to compare you to like a type of running back. What's his name, man? From the Commanders, man. What was it, Robinson? Maybe something like that. You know, if you use him right, if you run the ball with him right, I say Robinson, man. And Robinson a solid back. He ain't elite, but he's solid. Javonte Williams, he not an elite back, but he's solid. You know, so we're gonna roll with it. I like the move, but guess what? I hate to burst your bubble in a moment of joy, Cowboy fans. It still ain't gonna mean nothing this year. You may be able to run the ball and win some games running the raw ball, but the way your team is constructed, Dallas fans, it ain't gonna mean nothing. Nothing. I mean, who playing linebacker right now? Overshawn. Overshawn. I seen him dancing. I seen a clip of him dance. It's cool, but I ain't got nothing to do with playing football. Overshawn, he gonna miss some games. I don't want Kendricks back. Kendricks was good for the year, but I don't want him back. I keep telling people, man, what's his 35? Was it 35, man? Goddamn, I keep thinking the Notre Dame backer, man. He's good for what he could do best, but he ain't no full-time linebacker. You're gonna need you another linebacker, preferably a Mike. Who who playing D tackle? You ain't gonna be able to address all of this in free agency. Who playing D tackle? Who playing corner? Jordan Lewis is gone. Your best cover corner, man to man, is gone. Who gonna cover? We know Diggs ain't gonna cover nor tackle. Bland, he ain't no number one. Bland should go back to nickel. Bland should be going back to nickel. So who gonna cover? Who you got at right guard? Who catching a rock? You got a lot of holes to fill, and you got to fill them with quality players to even think that you're gonna compete. Sam Williams, how you looking off of the injury? Okay, what Tank? You coming back? What's up? Are you gone? So if Tank don't come back, you gonna lose another player that plays the right way. You can't afford to lose all your players that play the right way, because now you're gonna be stuck with playing players that play the wrong way. I don't think you heard what I said. You can't afford to keep losing players that play the right way, because you're gonna be stuck with paying players that play the wrong way. Man, I don't think you heard what I just said. You can't afford to lose players that play the right way to pay players that play the wrong way. You can't do it. You lost Jordan Lewis, somebody in the climate, not only for what the team is, but where the NFL is, somebody that's still competing and doing his best to play the right way. Jordan Lewis wasn't no elite corner, but the way that the NFL has shifted, Jordan Lewis come from that bridge of when homie was guarding Dez Bryant and all them, right? So he done seen coaching and he done seen players that's a whole lot better than the players he's seeing today. So of course he gonna really be sticky icky from them experiences, man. Just like Tom Brady was able to play till he was 76, because he done been there and done that. He done seen it. Tank, shit, he done had battles with Trent Williams, with Washington. He done had battles, man, of tackles that's coming out today, man, that's on their way out and that's already retired, man. So him seeing his barbecue chicken he's seen today is nothing for him. He just lost athleticism. Tank plays the right way, regardless of what we think about in regards to his leadership. Tank plays the right way. Oh, off the rip, Corey, that boy better than Rico. I better not see anybody say, these content creators sitting over there trying to go ahead and talk about some Rico. Bro, you done got a better running back for 3.5 mil? Shit. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm probably gonna look at some film with Javonte. See how he see what's going on this past year. Because I did watch a little bit of Broncos game, but he ain't really touched the ball the way that you would expect him to. What's his name? Estimate. When I watched was touching the ball and they was running some other cat. If it don't work out with Javonte, it's either because of something going on with his body or it's your coaching staff. That's it. Either you're coaching or something going on with his body. Because I'll just tell you, I don't see why if Javonte touching the rock 15 times at least, why he can't not, touch 1,000. I don't see, especially with 17 games, I don't see why he can't touch 1,000. You know, shit. I need physicality. If this team, if this team gonna be anything worth a damn on offense, they gotta run the football this year, man. So they're gonna have to commit to it. And they go and the cool thing about it is, especially with Deuce Vaughn, but your running back's gonna have to be a major piece of your offense, a good portion outside of CeeDee Lamb. And I'm talking throwing them the ball and running the ball. Cause it's a travesty, man, not to use a mismatch on the perimeter. I'm trying to think. I want to say, was Rashad Penny under uh Schottenheimer? I believe so. Rashad Penny, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he was under him. And I know he used Rashad Penny, in catching the ball. So there's some hope there. That's all depends if he believe in Deuce though. I would have to hear how he talks about Deuce to see if he believes in Deuce. Because if you're not gonna use him again, you might as well just get rid of him. I mean, it's stupid. You know what I mean? To keep a running back and you're not gonna use him. Cause I bet you he go to another team that use him. I bet you he produces. I bet you he produce. Just like Martellus Bennett. I was telling people, man, a while back before I even hopped on YouTube, I said, man, Martellus Bennett is a good tight end. The Dallas Cowboys just didn't use him right. They're like, oh no, Martellus ain't gonna do shit. Soon as he left, I said he wasn't gonna do what now? Oh, okay. A good blocker, athletic, had a solid career. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes it ain't the player, man. It's your coaching. It's your coaching, man. When I look at not only the running back use, but even when I look at how the offensive line was coached, especially Tyler Guyton. Hey, look, Tyler Guyton had his flaws and his mistakes, but some of that was coaching too, man. Bad decisions. Uh, I'm not gonna sit over and act like I know a lot about this offensive line coach that's taking on the role of the offensive coordinator. But if he is who these people say that he is, then he should be able to clean Guyton up. If he is who they say he is. Oh, dang. People talking about Cooper Cup. The only way I see the Dallas Cowboys being interested in him is if he get cut. And I think if I'm not mistaken, the money that he get paid, that's got to be a little bit supplemented from what the Rams is from how much you like it takes away. If I'm not mistaken, so like if he get paid like y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but say for instance if he's getting paid 17 mil and he get cut or whatever, and that was on the books, and the Dallas Cowboys pay him 3, and the Rams will be on the hook for 14 mil. I don't know if that's how that's working in this situation, but I would roll with that if they can get somebody cheap. Because if you trade for him on the current contract, that ain't gonna work. Not with this team. Not with this team, man. But he the type of wide receiver that this team need though. Off the rip, Williams. Yeah, Guyton might be a bust. That ain't that ain't come across in my mind just yet. I'm a just like with the Mozzie situation, right? As much as I thought he was trash his first year, he didn't give me. I said, okay, I'm gonna give him another year, and he pretty much looked the same. Maybe a tad bit improvement this year. So I'm like, man, it is what it is, man. I don't see no future with that boy. I, I told people, man, the only way that I see a future with with Mozzie if he wake up one day and he came to camp 340 pounds. That's the only way. And then I might conceive something. But I just don't think Mozzie Smith, like he already told you, he don't love football. He just want to hit people. He don't even hit people. But he don't love football. So if somebody talking about he don't love football, and you spend a first round pick on him to be a premium player though. And like I said, coming out of college, I mean, we all was aware when we watched that he wasn't gonna give you no pass rush. But we expect for him to be a premium player in the run game. He has gave you nowhere near to even think that he'll be able to do that in the future. So if Mozzie Smith was able to do that for you in the future, it's gonna be off the rip like a surprise. It's gonna be a surprise, man. Guy needs to move to the right side. Yeah, I mean he got he got left tackle feet. He got left tackle feet, but he ain't had left tackle strength nor technique. So hopefully, homeboy was on peanut butter and steaks, fried chicken, beans and rice and cornbread. Cause if he come in, like he gotta be stronger. Part of his problem not only was technique wise, but strength wise. And I think that with some good coaching, just in the off season alone, that's gonna harp technique. And hopefully he was in that weight room. Uh, it'll be interesting to see. You'll know by camp. You'll know by camp. Like you ain't even gotta wait till the game, y'all. You'll know by the end of camp. How's he looking? See, in the passing game, this is what you look for with Guyton in camp. Is he getting some knockback in a run game? Is he getting a little knockback in the run game? How is he shooting his hands, man? Is he overextending? Because he a taller player too. He a taller player, right? So leverage at times could possibly, if he don't come with technique, man, the way that he's supposed to, especially for a taller player, it could hinder him if he's standing straight up. If he was gonna look at a player shit, he need to look at David Bakhtiari from the Green Bay Packers. I think that boy like what 6'8". He like 6'7". I think what was it? Nate Solder. What Nate Solder was like 6'7". There's some big tackles that he could look at, right? You gotta play with a little bit better bend. You gotta play with a little bit better bend. The good thing though, the good thing I can tell you guys is that it's fixable. Whether it get fixed, it's on the player. So we're gonna find out. You should be able to know by the end of camp. I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up on him yet. Now, like a player like Mozzie, the only way that you can have hope for him is if he come in 340. If he coming in at the same weight, expect the same Mozzie. This man done had three different. This is his third defensive coordinator. Some gonna say, man, he has no continuity. Well, shit, he's shown no improvement though. Even though he ain't had no continuity, he should still be working on himself as an individual player. He hasn't done that. And the cool thing about it is with Zim, he should have had a lot of game from Zim. He should have had a lot of He should have had a lot of information in regards to technique from Zim. You know, does this mean it's a penalty? Does this mean we not drafting a running back in the first? It should be, because I wouldn't. I wouldn't. The earliest I would ever draft a running back is at the last pick of the first round, and that's the Iowa running back. And that's if I wanted 5 years on that deal to get that extra year. That's the only way I would consider it. Everything else, I wouldn't touch none of these running backs. The earliest I would touch, maybe by one of them, a couple of them, is in the second round. After that, shit, we talking fourth round. You know, shoot, I wouldn't, man. I wouldn't even waste a resource to draft a running back in the first round this year. Nah. So yeah, I would say. I mean, the reason why you hear doubt in my voice is because we're not dealing. I mean, we're not dealing with a competent organization. So who knows, right? But if they smart, and the way that Jerry and them have been talking about running backs the past couple years, I think it's almost safe to say. I ain't gonna say it's safe. It could be almost safe to say that they ain't taking running back in the first round. If anything, I'll be honest with you. If they're gonna take a quarter, if they're gonna take a player that's that may be a little different, just for the future, shit, I would consider a quarterback. I consider Dart. If not, I'll wait till day two and get a what's his name, Rook. I'll be butchering his name, man, or Cal McCord. So I think, man, and looking at the quarterbacks, man, I think, yeah, I think the Dallas Cowboys, man, I tell you, I think they need to go ahead and spend on one of them white boy quarterbacks. Spend some draft capital on one of them white boy quarterbacks, man. If I'm being honest with you, the only wide receiver that I look at in the first round that's even worthy is Savion Williams. I mean, we can go look at offensive line, but if Will Campbell, see, my impression of Will Campbell is not a good one. Now, I didn't watch the tape yet, but I watched a few snaps of him before, and I was seeing him get dog walked. I don't remember what game it was, but it was on TV. I did not like it. They say he got short arms. That could have been part of the reason why. They say can't tackle play with short arms. Shit, if you got good feet and good technique, you can get away with it. You know. But if he get done like that, man, in the college game, man, I don't know, man, about no Will Campbell. But we'll get there when we get there. We'll get there when we get there. Yeah, you like Rook too? Yeah. I know I'm butchering his name, but I like him. I do like him. He got that NFL pedigree, so you know that he was around it. He had that knowledge, man. A little bit more patience, man, and seemed a little bit more developed. He just a pocket quarterback. That's fine with me. You keep the middle of that pocket good, you're good. You ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna win no championship if you can't make no throws in that pocket. Unless you Patty Mahomes, you ain't winning no championship if you can't make no throws in that pocket. Ask Matt Stafford. If you can't make no throws in that pocket, you're not winning no championship. Jalen Hurts made some throws from that pocket. Jalen Hurts won a championship. Jalen Hurts won a championship. You gotta be able to make throws from that pocket. And you know the way the Chiefs played him too. I was like, man, this man came off the rip. That boy was confident and aggressive. Threw a beautiful ball to Javonte Smith. I seen that ball. I said, woo, you know it's a wrap. That ball was beautiful. And in the biggest moment of his career, and he threw a dime. Remember, that was so crazy because he got bit in a championship game. I remember that game like it was yesterday. And now he got better to be able to make that throw. Come on, man. How much better did Foe get? How much better did Foe get? I'm waiting. He's still doing the same shit. He ain't get better. He don't want to get better. We gotta talk about that. He don't want to get better. Fine. You do that shit with my team. You better go to Arizona with that with Kyler Murray. Sure.